You're welcome. Donc, il n'y a pas d'autres demandes d'intervention de la part du public. Je procède maintenant à l'autre article, période de questions des membres du Conseil d'agglomération. Monsieur le maire de Montréal-Ouest, Monsieur Stuart.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I just am here to follow up on what Les Amis de Meadbrook asked me to do. Les Amis de Meadbrook is a citizens group, and as Avram just explained to you, they had quite a good meeting in our town hall on Thursday of last week. And I have to say that I think this is a very important issue for all of us on the island of Montreal, that it is perhaps time to really seriously stop the erosion of our green spaces. I know that in that sector of the island there aren't very many. In fact, there are no eco-territories at all, and there are only 10 on the island, and they amount to about less than 4% of the amount of green space on the island. And I think that Meadbrook represents an opportunity really for the agglomeration to, in a sense, say, okay, this is where development stops on precious green spaces. And even if, as the developer has suggested, even if this is not the... Whoa. That must be mine, I'm sorry.
Alors, s'il vous plaît, fermez vos cellulaires, tout le monde, please. Shut down your cellular, please.
I will do that right now, thank you. I just wanted to really my question, and it is a question, is to ask how this group, this council, I should say, would proceed to examine this question, and perhaps it's Madame la Mairesse Fotopoulos who would be the person to start with. But it is a question as to how we can start the process again of designating Meadbrook an eco-territory and making it, in fact, a green space which is available to everybody, which would mean connecting it to perhaps La Falaise Saint-Jacques and perhaps other areas. And we certainly have heard from Les Amis de Meadbrook what looks to me like a pretty good plan for making that happen. And I would say that the town of Montreal West certainly stands ready to deal with whatever is necessary to make paths or bike paths or whatever, or bike routes or whatever, available to connect it to it. I think that, as Mr. Stern did say, there is broad spectrum political support for this, whether it's Lawrence Bergman or Russell Copeman for the Liberal Party of Quebec, Marlene Jennings, the Liberal Member of Parliament, the leaders of the Green parties of both federally and provincially, and I'd even say I'm sure that the ADQ would be very happy to support it as well. So I won't take any more of your time, but I would like to find a way to start that discussion again so that we can have that territory available to all of us as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Madame Fotopoulos.
Thank you for your question. It's a question that keeps coming up. At the time that the Natural Spaces Policy was elaborated, studies were done to see which territories should be considered eco, and they were based on criteria on the ecological value. And we set ourselves an objective of 6% land, and we also gave ourselves a budget and mandates to negotiate added value in whatever type of arrangement was possible in the 10 eco-territories. We've set up technical committees, work is progressing, acquisitions have been made, and I'd say, we're pretty well advanced. We're reaching 5% in the engagements and the commitments that we have at this point. I cannot, realistically, with the budgets that we have and the work that's still ahead of us, commit myself today to bringing on another eco-territory. I know there's demand for Meadbrook, but I've also received requests from all sorts of other places for protection of green space that does not qualify under the current terms. What I can commit to is that once we attain our 6%, we will be looking to see what else can be done, and I will ask the services to look what kind of realistic evaluation could be made. You talk about Maisonneuve Park, which was on a landfill. It's a park. It's not an eco-territory. It might have some eco-management of its green space, but we cannot, it does not come under the scientifically accepted definition of an eco-territory. So I cannot give you a yes or no answer. I'm certainly not saying no for future consideration as something that could be protected, but certainly at that point we're going to have to look at all the other needs that we have on the island of Montreal. And if there is more concrete support that can be envisaged by all this generous support that we're getting from our deputies at other levels, well, if there's funds that come with that type of support, I'm sure we'll be able to look at whatever opportunities that they offer us. Thank you.
Oui, Maire Stuart.
Merci beaucoup, Mme Fotopoulos. Juste pour faire le suivi, je suis certain que la question d'argent, si c'est une question d'argent, l'argent, on peut en parler, peut-être on peut en trouver aussi. Si c'est une question d'argent. La seule autre chose que je peux dire, c'est que je pense que la situation à Meadbrook, c'était l'OPCM, c'est ça l'organisme, qui a recommandé quand même en 2004 que ce soit un écoterritoire. Alors, c'est déjà des parties sur la définition, si j'ai bien compris. Ça n'a pas été le cas, mais c'était la recommandation quand même. Et mon dernier point, ce serait que je ne pense pas que ça peut attendre encore très longtemps parce que l'intention du développeur est très apparente et ça va être fait bientôt si on ne fait pas des mesures intérimaires si c'est possible. Alors, c'est ça.
Madame Fotopoulos.
Pour le commentaire, ça me donne l'occasion de aussi rappeler, peut-être quand vous auriez des occasions à discuter avec les représentants des gouvernements, qu'avec les écoterritoires que nous avons actuellement, nous attendons aussi qu'il y ait un certain respect, entre autres, à des engagements qui ont été pris. Nous travaillons malgré le fait que c'est en train de se faire sans le consentement de la Ville. D'ailleurs, la Ville de Montréal était contre la prolongation de l'autoroute 25, mais comme ça va se faire dans un écoterritoire, il y avait quand même certaines considérations qu'on voulait qu'ils soient respectées, puis on pensait qu'on était en train de régler pour l'écoterritoire des Montigny. Ça, on a lu dans les journaux seulement la semaine passée. Donc, si le gouvernement est si engagé pour protéger nos écoterritoires, bien, commençons avec ceux qui étaient déjà reconnus, puis commençons dans le coin de Ruisseau de Montigny. C'était quelque chose sur lequel on a eu les engagements. Donc, peut-être c'est aussi un message, que ce message passe, on pourrait regarder d'autres endroits. Merci.
Merci, Mme Fotopoulos. Prochain intervenant,